welcome back to Fun Town. Today we're going to do a tire rotation. The carnivores on the back here are getting a little worn. Nothing terrible, but you know, in order to get the most out of your meats, you want to do the old switcheroo, flipperoo on them. So I'm going to take the fronts and we're just going to crisscross applesauce the back ones. And we're also going to just take a look at the brakes, blow stuff out. I'm going to grease the knuckles and stuff here since it's been a few miles, so we're just going to give them a couple pumps. And we're also going to get rid of something, and I recommend you get rid of it too. These mud scrapers. If you are like Cousin Bobby and you're always playing in the mud, then yeah, maybe it's a good idea to keep these. Almost every single time I go for a ride, a rock gets caught in here. You can hear it. And then what ends up happening, it wears a ring around the wheel. And my biggest fear is I'm going to go on a long ride and it's going to wear so badly that it could compromise the wheel. I mean, maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's a little extreme, but I don't want them on here anymore. I think it's a bad idea. So looks like some bolts in the back here. Yeah. Right here, looks like a 10, two 10 mils right here. Take them out, gone. Then we'll put the bolts back in here in case we decide to put them back on. Since we got this thing up in the air, let's back off these bolts here and swing the caliper up and take a peek at things. Better safe than sorry, as I've always said. 12s. Oh man, is this line in the way? Get the bottom one. Okay. Let me get a socket for this. It looks like it might clear. Deep getter. It hits the line a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Just going to leave this one loose. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll leave the bottom one loose and we'll take this one all the way out. That way we can rotate them back. Oh, that's right. I had these apart before I put anti-seize. Good thinking. All right, a little crusty. Oh, you know what? This line is going to prevent us from doing that. Guess we could take that off. That's a 10. Man, it's nice to work on stuff that's not completely thrashed. Yeah, not terrible, but they're definitely going to need replacement. Let's see, let me get you guys over here. Get the light. So yeah, we're getting pretty close. Yeah, so let's see here. I'm thinking this will be the last ride on these pads. Again, I'm just hard on pads. I mean, you know, you go fast, you got to stop fast. So I put my foot in these things pretty hard. So yeah, I'll get pads this winter. We'll slap pads in. That'll be another video for you guys. Fun. Okay, I'm not going to probably do this to all the brakes. I'm just going to, I'll blow these out real quick. Everything looks pretty good otherwise. And yeah, we'll get that greased. And yeah, play switcheroo here. So might as well give it a little blowy. Everybody likes a good blow. All right, put that back on. Kind of went a little bit too far there. Get bolty back in there. Yeah, this winter we'll go through all these. Better to get to it earlier than later, because it's no fun if you got to start replacing rotors and everything else. There's a little like groove here, so you want to make sure you get to that. Make sure that's lined up. If you can see that there. There's like a little groove there, no big deal. But that keeps a little clippy guy from going anywhere. This is small stuff, so I'm not going to go like Gorilla Man here. I could check the book for the spec, but I'm not going to go too Bonanza Fest here. They just need to be good and tight. Is that a torque spec? Good and tight? Make sure your caliper still wiggles, and it does. Yeah, I would recommend that you get a grease gun that you have batteries for already. So obviously if you have a Milwaukee product. Oh yeah, she took a couple of pumps. Uh-oh. Always keep your raggy handy. Let's try to get that. Yeah, definitely took a couple pumps. Make sure you're checking the knuckles on these things. I feel like they take a beating. If you're like really working the suspension, you're going to be going through grease. So I don't know how well you can see it. This mud shield's in the way, so I'll try to, let me move some stuff so you can see. Yeah, you can see there when a little bit of grease starts rearing its ugly head there, it's pushing out the old stuff. There's that. It took, you can hear it taking grease, so definitely want to go after your grease fittings on this thing for sure. So I'm going to wipe that up and then put that little cap thing back on, and then we'll switcheroo the front wheel. I don't know, you know, I picked up this Makita Impact on Marketplace. I don't think the lady, it was a estate sale, and I paid 110 bucks for it. It was normally 300. I don't think she realized what she was selling. It's a nice Impact, but dude, you need to have the big boy. Just get you one. This thing has so much sack that like it effortlessly blasts off lug nuts. That Makita, I think, is only like $450 in reverse. This thing's like $1,100. And make it easy on yourself if you're working on this junk. Plus, when you go to torque your bolts with this thing, you either get the perfect torque spec or you break stuff. So that's kind of neat. These wheels have some rash on them, but to be expected when you're off-roading. Okay, let's see what kind of fun things are behind door number 2 here. Let's get light. See what we see. Oh, blind ourselves first. Oh, so there's no mud scrapers on this, I guess, huh? Okay. I'm good with that. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. My wife was driving this thing in Michigan and she took a gnarly hit. Everything looks pretty good. But check this out. Like look at the scrape there. Do you see it? Man. She was playing crazy Bonanza Fest on this thing, and I thought she was going to roll this son of a bitch, but she didn't, thankfully. So I'm just kind of like looking at stuff, because we're going to Hatfield soon, and it's always a good idea to like take a peek behind the scenes here to make sure there's nothing weird going on. And I don't see anything strange. This is a big one here. You want to make sure all your clamps are good, because if they're not, you know, while we're here, I might redo. Let me see. Can I stick this thing somewhere? See this here? This is on here. Good. I don't know. I hate fixing it if it ain't broke. This is on here pretty good. A lot of guys replace this clamp with a hose clamp, but I mean, I'm tugging on this thing. It's not going anywhere. So check this. You want to make sure that this is on here good, because you can ingest dirt and water if this is not on here good. So, you know, this is a drain in case you got stupid. You pull this off and then you can drain stuff out. But yeah, and then look at your clamps here. Push on these, make sure they're good. Make sure stuff is seated, and it is. Everything seems good back there. Front diff, no leaks, nice and dry. Got a paint chip there. That's kind of weird. Usually when you see paint chips, it usually means stuff is getting smacked or bent, but it looks like maybe a rock hit that. I don't see anything else. Oh, there's some rocks or something there. What is that, wood? Yeah. Kind of weird wood chips. Yeah, okay. Oh, since we're here, let's take a look at the brakes. Yeah, the outboard pad's good. I'm going to assume the inboard pad is... Can we see in there? I don't know. Can you guys see in there? I don't know. I got the cool tools out. Should we just break these loose and rock this forward? I think we have enough brake line here. We can do that. All right, we might as well. Let's blast this off, and yeah, let's take a look just to be on the safe side. All right, give it a good blow, Jay, here. You don't want to go too crazy with like rubber boots and stuff, because then you could just drive dirt and stuff in there. So just kind of giving a little blasty, nothing crazy. Okay, you remember the drill. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Break that one loose, that one loose. Let's see what the survey says. Oh yeah, the fronts are still pretty good. You guys want to see? Sure you do. You love looking at my brake pads. Okay, yeah, you can see in there, right? You see that? Yeah, fronts are pretty good. It's interesting. You'd think the fronts would be a little bit more whooped, since like that's where all the, you know, weight's going to. But all right, well that makes me feel good. So, you know, when you're doing this, you want to take a look at your pins, and if they slide nice, then you're probably good. I wouldn't worry too much about stuff. But let's put, yeah, let's get some anti-seize. You could even put, like silicone paste on that if you wanted to. What do I do? Oh, there it is. So, yeah, it's good to, you know, you get a jar of this junk, it lasts basically forever. I mean, unless you're Bobby Brown brake specialist where you're doing, you know, 10 brake jobs a day. One of these containers of anti-seize will that, whoa, unless you spill it, will last you a lifetime. I mean, look at this ugly thing. I've had this for, I don't even know how long, 20 years probably. Still seems fine, so. Okay. That'll be easier to take apart next time. All right, so again, we're gonna tighten these up, but we're not gonna be a gorilla. I'm sure there's a torque spec, but when you work on stuff as much as... Make sure you wiggle the caliper. It needs to wiggle a little bit. If it's not wiggling, then you did something wrong or something seized up. Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna get the feel of stuff. You work on this junk for as long as I have, you're gonna know what it feels like and everything else. Okay, let's play switcheroo now that we looked at everything under here. So again, we're just gonna take the front tire, this one, that used to be a back tire. I've rotated these once. I'm gonna put, you know how I got my handy dandy spreadsheets, I'm gonna put in here that I greased the rear knuckles and we did a tire rotation. So I'm just going to put that in my notes, make sure I get the miles down. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm going to bore you too much with anything else, just because this is standard stuff here. Maybe I'll do a high speed, just putting everything back together, but yeah. Oh, hello. Have you come to help? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, don't worry, they're working still, bud. Okay, well, let's slam all this stuff back together, and yeah, we'll call it a day here. Was this bottom grease fitting here, so we'll get that really quick. But yeah, we got our oh, can you see me okay? Get the light on my face. Oh, looks like I'm being interrogated. Anyways, yeah. Oh man, we got all kind of weird little rocks and things. Oh yeah, looks like we bottomed out hard here a few times. Get these rocks out of here. Okay, if you made it this far, thanks for following along. I appreciate you guys watching and liking and subscribing and all that good stuff. I picked up a few new subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll put links and stuff below. They are Amazon affiliate links, and that does mean I make a tiny commission when you purchase something, and I do appreciate that. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I can get more biscuits for you, bud. Yeah. Any words? Yeah, so we're just gonna finish up those few things I mentioned, get this baby back on the ground, and give her a little rip to make sure the suspension settles again. And yeah, next up will be our trip to Hatfield. We're gonna check out the new Braveheart Trail. That should be pretty sweet. It's gonna be small, but I guess they're gonna have more. Maybe I'll post a map of that right now. Post a little picture, show you the trail system. It's going to be small, but it should be kind of fun, right by Rock House. Okay, again, thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye. You're licking your chalupa there, bud.